Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of mine. And if you're new, welcome. Hope you're all doing great. It's been really hot outside, so hang in there. Um, so today I'm gonna be talking about I'm gonna go through all the supports and rank them in a tier list here, from S plus to D, on like how good each of them are for level one invading. And before I start this, I just wanted to mention like about my previous video. I had a video that I did top 10 must be banned champions, like it should be permabanned, and it was my opinion. And I was really surprised by seeing everyone's reaction from Reddit because I put it on the Reddit as well, and I get a lot of I get a lot of good criticism, which I really appreciated. And also I get a lot of like hate from it. I don't understand why, but just let me know, like if you don't like my content and stuff, let me know, and like I can improve on it since I'm new. Like I get some good criticism, like I have to work on my lighting, which I'm actually gonna do that. I'm getting this lighting equipment for it, which is coming soon. And but like some of them were just like this guy, for example, did three paragraph and starting with like cursing me out. Like it was bad. Like I didn't read it, the rest of it, but I was really surprised. Like people have a lot of hate in them in Reddit. um I really don't care, honestly. I mean, it did piss me off a little bit, just so like I just had to say it. But yeah, so I'm kind of new. Let me know like if you think something's bad in a respectful way. Like if it's disrespectful, I'm not gonna even read it or respond anymore. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So I'm gonna start like before we start. Let me just say there's only one S plus in my head. There's only one champion who you all know, which is going to be S plus. The rest, maybe two, one or two, but like the rest would be under that. So first of all is Brand. So Brand is actually a really OP champion for especially low elo. Makes a lot of damage, but when it comes to first level one, like invading, he has no slow. He has not much to offer. And like what I'm the basis that I'm like ranking all of these champions is whether they can hook, or if they can stun people, or slow, or without, for example, without within the champions that can actually pull, or any of them can do it like through the wall, or any of them would like bring him all the way back, or but I'm gonna explain each of them individually as we go. But like for example, Brand has none of that and doesn't slow, so he's gonna be going to D. And I'm gonna be there are a lot of support, so I have to go through it faster. Bard, one of the funnest champions to play. He actually for his invade his Q, if you like get your Q first, which usually that's the case, he's really good. He can stun two people, and it doesn't matter if you're top side or bot side. Like there's always a way to, but like you have to make sure like you don't mess it up, because sometimes you find one person alone and you have to make sure you hit them, and make sure it hits the wall and gets stunned. If they don't get stunned, if they get slow, they can't get away from it. So for that reason, I'm gonna put Bard in A tier, just because he can stun two people. If it was one person and he had to focus like to hit the wall, I would go with A. But like he's like I would say A plus S minus kind of, but we don't have that for here. So next is Alistar. So Alistar doesn't have any like range. So for example, you have to flash in the bush and Q, which is not convenient as much. I mean, they can either flash away, but you also gonna burn a flash. But you can, but I'm not gonna put him too low, because still, if you flash and hit, you can get like multiple enemy champions, and it could be a good gank. Or if they have like a blitz or something, it's a good counter to blitz. Like if you get pulled, if they invade, you get pulled, and your team is there, you can like hit all of them up, and then your team can attack. So for that reason, I'm gonna put Alistar in B tier. If he had a little bit of range, like if he had his W and Q, I would go A. But for now, I'm just gonna go for B. Uh, Braum. So Braum actually can slow, and if the ADC is there and like can keep hitting, they can actually stun a lot of people. Like it's a good. he's decent, but he's not. I wouldn't say he's one of the best. If he had anyone that he could instantly stun, I would actually put him higher, because this way, if you kill, like they can flash away and like kind of like um escape from getting from you getting the first kill. So for that reason, I'm gonna put him in C tier. Next is Galio. Galio is actually I would put him same as what do you call it, um, Alistar, but the problem with Galio is that right now they nerfed him. So when you actually, I believe that was his W that taunts people. So when you use the W, when you hold, first of all you have to hold it, and second of all they nerfed him so you cannot flash when you W. Um, to my understanding, because I tried it last time and I couldn't do it. And for that, if that wasn't the case, I would have put him same as Alistair because they're very similar. But for that reason, actually, his E can stun too. I was about to put him in C, but if he goes E first, he can still like do it. Or if he can flash and then W right away, yeah, I'm gonna go with B tier for those reasons. But also like he doesn't have range, so that doesn't count. I mean, it counts, but not to go in A tier. Next is we have I keep forgetting. There's too many champions. I'm really bad with names. Um, Garen Graves, Galio. I'm like it was a G in it. Anyway, fuck. Anyway, so like Galio, yeah. No, no, not Galio. This was Galio. Jeez, what was it? What's the name? If I go on it, hover on it, does it say? I'm gonna put him at the end if I remember the name. I hopefully I remember. So we're gonna go Janna. Janna, I'm gonna go with So his her Q is really actually good. He can actually knock up multiple people, and it's actually I would consider him S tier also. The reason I'm not putting him S plus is because it doesn't pull. Like honestly, like I would put Bard as A tier as well. Yeah, I would change Bard. Sorry, Bard. I'm gonna put you as A tier, cause cause Janna is way better than Bard in invades, cause her Q can like hit multiple people. Like and there's a gap between them. Like I would put both of them at the same thing, but Janna actually like is way more helpful. And I'm planning to do um like couple of champions for S plus, so I'm gonna have to like change how I'm grading them. Anyway, uh, next is we got Iron. Iron actually so another good thing, he has range. He stuns, and then people can actually click, and then they go towards the person. So for those reasons, I would also put Iron as like he's not a good support honestly. Like people usually go jungle, but this video I'm saying it again. I'm only doing this video for invades. So don't be like hating on me and like cursing me out and stuff, saying oh blah blah. Anyway, um, going next is we have Lulu. So Lulu, if you want to invade and get killed, you have to go Q first, and Q actually can slow down multiple champions. Um, so for that reason, we would put Lulu as C tier. Like I love Lulu. He's a great support. He's like I don't know S plus tier, OP tier, or whatever. But as I said again, this is for invades, first level one invades. We want stuns and stuff. Next we have Lux, and Lux is actually really broken right now in general, and her Q actually can grab two people, and like you can like stun them for like two like seconds or so. I don't know, like for a while. And for those reasons, and she has range of course, so we're gonna go with S tier again. Blitz. So Blitz is, as you all know, the best. I'm gonna put him here first. The best uh level one invade. So you all know, like if they have a Blitz in their team, you go ward up your jungle and just stay back and wait for them to invade, because there's a high chance they're gonna be invading your jungle. And the reasons are not only he hooks, he can bring the champion all the way back to himself, And even if he misses, he can just grab the jungler's blue buff and just like be annoying, you know. And for those reasons, he's very annoying invader. Next we have Maokai, and Maokai is a lot like Alistar and Galio. Um, and like his W just like goes to and roots the person. So, but actually no, I'll take that back. Because Galio and Alistar both work on multiple people, but um, but this guy actually, Maokai actually works with one person. So he only roots one person. So for that reason, I'm gonna put him at C tier. If it was multiple people, I would go B, but it's not. So and he has no range. He has to like flash or something. Like they actually he does have a little bit of range. He does. Okay, I'm gonna because of that range, I'm gonna put him on B tier because the range is really important when you're invading. Because when you put a ward and like the guy is there, you can actually go to him or like you know what I'm saying. So next is Nami. Nami is a lot like Lux. You can actually hit multiple people with her Q, and it's OP. It's OP. So for that reason, we're gonna put him at this tier. And Nautilus. All right, so you guys might hate me for not putting him as S plus, but what I don't like about Nautilus, which is really important for invades, is two things actually. First, his hook is huge, so you actually can easily miss and hit the wall, but that's not as important as his hook does not go through the wall. Like this is really important factor, because a lot of their invade paths are like everyone knows about him, and like you have to go through some weird places, and you're gonna need. It's gonna be very helpful if you can hook through the walls. But he actually has a lot of stuns and like a lot of CC he can pull and like stun the person. For those reasons, I'm gonna put him S. But since he cannot do it over the wall, I cannot put him at S plus. Sorry. Okay. Let me actually get some water. Right. Next we have Morgana, my absolute main champion, most played. So what I really like about Morgana is the length of how someone gets like binded. So she actually, and then they actually buffed her Q, so the cooldown reduced a little bit. So that's huge for like invading, especially if like multiple enemy champions are there and you want to like you Q, you stun, and then they get away, and then you keep following, you have another Q. So for that reason, I would put him like somewhere between S plus and S, but there's no such thing, so I have to put him as S. Yeah, we have a bunch of S's here for some reason. Maybe I should change some of them. Like this guy, I don't know. Yeah, I'll leave it for that. I'll leave it for that. Yeah, another one is. Let me actually zoom in a little bit. It's getting smaller. All right. Next is Karma. So for Karma, all right. So Karma can stun with his I don't know. Like you can either go since you have ult, you can either go with your Q to like slow a bunch of champions, or you can actually you can also go W first and you can go W and like try to stun someone, but it's gonna take time to stun someone. Just like Bard, how you need other people. For Karma, you don't need other people, but it still takes time to stun. And also, you can actually use her E to speed up everyone in your team, so you guys can like all attack. So she has a bunch of stuff. So for that reason, I'm gonna put him as B tier. Like if she didn't have all three, if she only had her W, I would go with like C. But she has a bunch of ways to like engage. And next we have Leona. I really personally really hate Leona. Like I just hate going against her. But she's a lot. So she's basically like Maokai with her Q. Oh, actually no, she can actually use her E as well to engage. Like, but she can flash and Q, or she can just E. So she has two stuff. If she only had Q, I would put her in C tier. But since she has both of these, I'm gonna put her as B because there are two different ways to attack. Like over the wall, you can actually use this as over the wall attack it. Next we have Rakan. So Rakan's W is kind of risky because if you go in, you're in. Like they're gonna start hitting you, and you're kind of squishy, so you might end up dying. But still, his W is OP. So you actually go, you can go over the wall or anything, and like hook, like pick up some like bunch of enemy champions, like hit up. And for that reason, I would put him. Like I would put him as S tier, but since he's really squishy, I was thinking of A tier. Um, yeah, and he has to go inside, so he might like die from that. I would put him as A tier. Next we have Senna. Senna, her W actually hits, but it takes time to stun, so the enemy can run away and like flash away from like if he gets like stunned, so he doesn't get stunned right away. And for that reason, I'm also gonna go with A tier. I'm not going B because she can actually hit bunch of multiple people, and she has range, and she can do it over the wall. So basically, these are by now you should know like the factors I'm taking into like rating them: the range, if it's instant stun or not, if he has to go in himself or like this stuff. And then next we have Sona. So Sona, I'm gonna put him in D tier because she doesn't actually have any stuns or slows. She does speed up the um everyone else around them if she goes E first, but I don't think that's enough to get her to C tier. Like compared to the rest of them, it's just not good. Um, Set. Oh, I get a lot of hate from like using Set in my permaban. Like a bunch of Set players. Oh my god, they were toxic, man. Um, but yeah, I enjoy Reddit though. Me personally, I enjoy Reddit, and I actually like. I sometimes I am toxic as well in Reddit, but like, that's when, for example, I'm a CLG fan, and when they like keep losing constantly, that's where I'm like, fuck it, like gotta gotta say something. But I don't know. I was just creating content, and like some of you appreciate it, and I really appreciate your appreciation. And I got some subscribers, which hope you guys enjoyed my material, and I'll be make sure to subscribe if you're new. And yeah, let's actually move on. So Sid, his E, I believe. Yeah, his E can like bring bunch of people together, but still he doesn't have range. He has to flash, so he goes in the same category as Alistair and Galio. Um, Next we have Pantheon. Pantheon is only 1%, but he's a lot like Maokai. He stuns the person, but like he has a little bit of range, so he goes on top. I don't put these stun people next to in C tier because they actually stun, which is really helpful for. So next is Pike. Pike, I'm really like struggling to put him in S plus or S, and the only reason stopping me from putting him in S plus is he takes time to use his Q, cause. But actually, can you also use his E? I'm gonna put him in S plus honestly, cause it's basically like Blitz, but it takes time, and like the enemy knows what's going on. But since he also has his E to like stun stuff, like if he goes E first, which I wouldn't recommend it, just go Q. But yeah, you can also like pull the blue buff or the red buff and piss off the jungler. Next we have Swain. So Swain actually, some of you might like diss me again because of what I'm gonna say, but Swain's E actually goes over the wall and binds multiple champions, and then you can actually pull one of them towards you. That's a lot of stuff to do. I'm gonna put him in S tier, and we'll move on. Next we have Zyra. Zyra is a lot like what do you call it? Lux and a lot like Lux, but my problem with it is it doesn't last too long. Like her E actually like it stuns, but like it goes away like faster than this one. But still, like you can stun a lot of people with it if they're on the same line. And if you have a plan there, it's gonna start damaging them. So it's really good for that. For those reasons, I'm gonna put him in S tier. Um, so next we have Zillion. Zillion, usually people don't go E first, but if you want to invade and you go E first, you can slow one person down. So it's basically like Lulu, but it does slow them down a lot, which is I've actually had multiple kills with like invades with Zillion. Next we have Yumi. Yumi doesn't really have I mean, slow. Like it depends if you like some kind of runs. If you go and like her Q slows them down, or you can go heal, speed off a champion that does have stun. But still, I'm gonna put him as D tier because he just doesn't. It's not good enough. Oh, all right. Cannot make it smaller anymore. The rest down here are just not supports. Next we're gonna have Volkas. So if you go Velka's E first, you can stun a bunch of people. So but you still have range. So you have range and you stun multiple people. For those reasons, I'm gonna put him in A. Perfect, perfect. Next we have Taric. Taric is basically like Alistar. No, he actually is more like Set. The range of his Q. So he has to flash as well. So I'm not gonna put him in A, but because of his Q, I'm gonna put him in B tier also. There's a lot of B in this. BS. There's a lot of BS. Next we have Thresh, and sorry, I'm not gonna put Thresh in S plus because of the fact that first of all he doesn't pull all the way, and like he doesn't pull, for example, he can't pull the red buff or anything either. Um, he's really good because he's actually his E is really good too, and his Q. A lot of people go E, a lot of people go Q. Me personally, I go Q. You can call me noob because I don't know. Thresh mains usually they're like, oh, people who go Q are noobs. Call me noob, whatever. It works for me. I get kills all the time, so fuck it. For those reasons, I'm gonna like you guys know how annoying he is. I'm just gonna put him in S tier. Yeah, like his Q just lasts long, and then you can go towards it. Should I put him in S plus? Damn. You know what? I got a lot of kills with him. I'm gonna put him in S plus. Screw it. You know. Yeah, I'm gonna. I think it's a good decision. Next we got ourselves Shen, which slides and stuns. I mean, tons a lot of people. For those reasons, I'm gonna put him in A. I'm not gonna put him in B because he does it a lot, and then he makes people go towards him, while the rest of the team actually like. Well, actually, no. Hold on. That's a lot. Like, no, no one else does this. Sit. He has more range than Sit, and he actually like when they taunt it, it takes more time to actually like sober up basically. So because this one you just get pulled and you can start attacking it, but for Shen it's gonna take a while. It's actually like pretty OP. Next we got Tom Kinch. Tom Kinch, I would put him in D because it's no. I would actually hold on. I don't know because I want to put him in C because he slows, but at the same time his Q has a really low cooldown early. So, but still doesn't like he can still stuns too if he like slows someone and like keep hitting. I wish there was like a C plus, but should I go here? Yeah, the rest of the people here like they have stuns. I'm not gonna put him at the same level. I mean, he has a stun too. Yeah, he has a stun too. He has a stun too. After like multiple hits, you can stun them as well. And like the main reason I'm putting him in B is because his Q has a lot of what do you call it? He has a lot of what do you call it? A lot of cooldown reduction. I mean, not a lot, but like the cooldown reduction is really low. So that's why I'm gonna put him in B. Next we have Zeref, which I would put him in A tier because not only he stuns, he actually make the damage is a lot too. I mean, it's not a lot, but like it's decent. It's basically like Morgana's Q, um, and the duration is a lot. And most importantly, she has range, or I don't know what the hell he is. He, she, whatever, both. Next we have Soraka. Soraka E, if you put it properly, you can stun people, but it's really hard to pull it off. But since you can still like bind people to the ground, not stun. Bind. There's so many different like names: sleep, stun, like bind, so many. So sorry about the mistakes. I probably said many of them wrong already, and I'm gonna get a lot of criticism for it. But as long as it's respectful, I'll take it. I'll take it. Next we have Soraka. Oh yeah, sorry. I was saying Soraka. I would put him in C because it's really hard to pull out the stun. It's really hard. Like you have to put it behind them, and then they might not go on it, dodge it, whatever. But yeah, for those reasons, I'm gonna put him in C. Annie, Annie is complicated because you have to go W, and then you keep have to use it so you get your stun, and then you have to flash stun. I mean, there's a lot of work, but it's still basically like Alistar and stuff. You can flash and stop multiple people. Next we got Maokai. Maokai can, yeah, it's a lot like Zillion. Honestly, you can slow one person, but not even that long. I'm gonna put him in like Maokai. Malphite, not Maokai. What am I saying? So many different ones. Malphite's Q actually slows people, so that's that. Zoe is a troll one I wanted to put there because I've been like I love Zoe support. I make a lot of damage, and you actually makes a lot of damage. Like after you stun someone, you have electrocute as well, and your next attack, basic attack, makes extra damage, and it goes through the wall. It's really OP. So I would, for that reason, I'm gonna put him in A because he has range, he has like stun, and he makes a lot of damage. Next one we have Gragas. Yes, I remember his name. Finally, Gragas. I don't know how. It just clicks. You know, there's too many champions, man. Um, Gragas support recently. They like pro players been going support as well. That's why I put him here. And he's actually really good for invades because like his E can stun multiple people, and you can actually like, jump through the wall and just hit them. He has range and everything. I would still put them in A because that would is basically like same thing, kind of like Bard. I don't think it deserves to be in S tier yet, but yeah, I think that was it. Like I can like choose so other like people trolled ones like Zoe, but like Anivia or Ahari or something. But this is just for like supports other than Zoe. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how you like it, and if you're new, make sure to subscribe if you like my stuff. And criticisms are please like criticize me as much as you want. Just be respectful about it, and I will read them and actually put them in work. And hope you enjoyed it and have a good rest of your day.